I've been sick the last week, and it's triggered my mild asthma that I have, and it's also really triggering some old anxieties. When I used to have a lot of panic attacks, they were health based, so I always used to believe there was something wrong with my health, and that I was going to die basically. So my mind has a tendency to go to the place that is scariest. So what you might just feel as a twinge when someone has health anxiety, they believe it might be like an aneurysm and they're about to die. And so the combination of feeling really wheezy, and obviously everything that's going on at the moment with corona, and the symptoms of that for someone who's asthmatic and has this tendency towards anxiety, I'm just really feeling it. And I just noticed, like, in the last today I was feeling better, and today my wheeziness feels worse again, and I just had to take an extra go on my inhaler, and I just really am feeling it basically. And I was about to freak out and like call a friend or call someone to reassure me, and I thought, hold on, go into the tools and see how much of this is anxiety and physiological and how much of this is physiological. And so I sat down and was going to start doing some tapping on myself, some EFT, emotional freedom technique. And I thought, why not film it? Because that's the bonkers world we live in now. And I thought it might be useful to see how I feel, and then if it is helpful, to share that with anyone else it might be helpful for. So you start EFT by just checking in with how strong you're feeling on the scale. And remember, with EFT you can work with it with physiological ailments, physical ailments, so a headache, or in my case wheeziness and this cough, and I'm going to just give it a scale from 1 to 10. It's important that you scale it so you know where you sit, and you can then judge if you need to do more or less work with it. So I'd say I'm about a 6 on how strongly I'm feeling, having this experience right now of feeling like wheezy and also anxious. And so I'm going to, from that 6, I'm now going to start with my setup statement, which is the kind of stating the fact of what it is I'm feeling. So for me, I would say, even though I feel really wheezy and scared that I won't be able to breathe, I fully love and accept myself. And as I do this, I'm going to just tap on the side of my hand and say it 3 times. So even though I feel really wheezy and scared that I won't be able to breathe, I fully love and accept myself. Even though I feel wheezy and scared that I won't be able to breathe, I fully love and accept myself. Even though I feel really wheezy and scared that I won't be able to breathe, I fully love and accept myself. Okay, so now setting up, I'm going to start just going through the tapping points, and with each of the points I'm just going to name all the fears that are coming up. I'll see at the end if I actually share this or not. So just naming spontaneously any of the feelings, sensations, fears that are coming up, starting at the head. Really scared that it's going to get worse really suddenly and I won't be able to breathe. Maybe I'm going to end up just dying. I'm on my own, there's no one here to look after me. If it gets worse, I might not be able to get any help. I'm in Spain at the moment and I don't really know. I'm nervous about the emergency care, if I'll be able to get an ambulance or anything if I need help. I'm not even sure which number to call, or if the number will work from my English phone. And I just feel this real sensation of anxiety and tightness in my chest. I'm just really aware of all these different feelings in my chest. So much anxiety and tension in my chest, a lot of fear. Even if I go to hospital and then I'm fine, what if I catch something from someone else? What if I die? What if I can't breathe and I die? So many things, so many scary things. It's so scary not being able to breathe properly. It's scary not being able to breathe properly at the best of times, let alone when there's a global pandemic going on. I feel very alone and scared. My chest is hurting. My chest feels tight. I don't normally have to use an inhaler. Why am I having to use one now? I haven't used one for years. Do I have coronavirus? Is that what it is? And if I don't have coronavirus, what if I get it? My lungs aren't working right now. What if I catch it? I'll be so weak and so much more vulnerable. So much fear. So much anxiety. I just want to be able to breathe freely. Just felt so scared about everything going on. So much worry. Just going to keep tapping, just calming, connecting to the meridian system, calming the system. And just take a moment, just check in on where I fit or where I feel I sit on the scale. So it was a 6 and still feels pretty high. The worry, I'd say it's still about a 5. But there's a little bit more space. There's a little bit more space. And so with that space, I feel able now to explore some other possible scenarios that might be causing this. So I'm just going to see how that feels in the body. There's a very good reason my chest could be hurting because I did a really strong workout this morning. So this might be muscular, this feeling of tightness around my chest. Also, my asthma is really mild. And I'm relatively young and I'm pretty healthy. So I'm strong. My body is strong. I've been getting better these last days. And I have a lot of tools. I know that I have tools that I can dip into. Like this one, I can feel this is already helping. I feel a bit more grounded, a bit calmer. And I know that I have people all around me. So if anything were to happen, I have my neighbours, I have my friends who are my neighbours. I have a lot of friends who live within 5 minutes from me. I know that the emergency number does work on my phone because I had to call it when I first got sick. So that will be okay. I have my doctor friends. I have a lot of people I can call and get advice from. I understand it's really scary. It makes sense that it'd be scary right now. And I've also been through this in the past before, and I understand that the mind can become very vigilant. I understand what the mind is probably doing right now. It's really noticing everything because there's a fearful part and it's trying to protect me, and so it's completely understandable that I would feel fear and I would be really sensitive and aware of the sensations in my body, but that doesn't mean that the sensations in my body are actually something bad. I have mild asthma, and the Asthmatic Society have said people with mild asthma, it's okay, you're not at high risk. I think it's going to be okay. I think I'm worried. I think I'm anxious, which makes sense. But I think it's going to be okay. Even though I'm alone at home, I'm not alone. And I feel like I want to thank the parts of me that have become very hyper vigilant of all the symptoms in my body, knowing that they're parts of us that are there to protect us because they fear there's danger, and so they're like a beacon shining a light. But maybe that light doesn't need to shine quite so bright right now. I think it's going to be okay. Even if the worst happened and I had to go to hospital, I think it would still be okay. And just pausing and checking in again. I'd say I'm more around a 4 now. Feeling much better. So you can just keep going with that and keep practicing till you get to a point where you feel that your levels have become more manageable. But I hope that in some way this might give you an idea of how EFT can be helpful, and it's really why we're sharing an introduction to our Soulshine online, because it's such an amazing tool to have. As you can just see, I'm not pretending. I'm genuinely feeling very anxious right now. I genuinely was very wheezy, and perhaps you can notice I just feel a bit less like in my nervous system now, calmer, and that was just something I was able to do completely on my own. And there's a lot of confidence that can come when we can trust that we have the tools to look after ourselves. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Sending love to everyone. Thank you.